got one review from your mum. Who are you?
Some of the mistakes I see is obviously a lot of the ones that we've experienced too.
I hate this.
What's different? What's better about you?
If you want to work with your dream client, are you their dream advisor?
We could take 2 years to convert a client.
Nurture is about de-risking.
Not looking at LVR in advertising. If you're working harder than your clients,
Something's wrong.
something's wrong.
But the reality is no one knows about you. So what I want to cover is the mistakes that people are making in business that really catch them off guard, but that are actually really, really common.
So some of the mistakes I see is obviously a lot of the ones that we've experienced too, is not valuing the process of becoming and seeing every single opportunity that you face as a willingness to adapt and grow. And I think the customer doesn't lie. Okay. Like you
The
can have the
customer's always
best
right.
marketing, like front end marketing, and your website sucks. Do you know what I mean? Like you could have bad front end marketing, bad website, but great referrals. But at the end of the day, a business is always dependent on being able to turn a cold person. So that's like, if you talk about statistics, it's about 97% of the market. There's only like 2 to 3% of people that are genuinely problem aware. They're searching up keywords on Google and that kind of stuff. ChatGPT now. But the other 97% are actually with someone else. They already have their problem solved by someone else. So it's like, what if for you to be a successful business owner, one that scales effortlessly, that gives you more of that freedom, you have to be able to choose who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with. And for me, if you can start to really develop into your business processes and procedures that can convert cold traffic audience into someone that is now interested, someone that you now have attention, then that is a valuable thing. But if you're purely relying on referrals or you're just staying stagnant, like those people could be getting attracted by someone else at any point in time.
They will be.
They will be, yes, exactly. So I think the first thing is having healthy expectations around mistakes and making mistakes and taking client feedback. The second one that I would see is obviously what I just said, is being able to, is just not being new age in the marketing and being able to convert that cold traffic audience.
What I actually hate seeing is any business owner that, fair enough, if you have a solid belief in what you deliver, amazing, very, very good. But where we go wrong as firm owners, as business owners, is thinking that that's good enough. I'm the master of my wheelhouse, and going beyond that, like people should be screaming and banging down my door to work with me because I do a bloody good job, right? But the reality is no one knows about you. Like you can have the best product, service, delivery in the world and you will fail. Because if you're not willing to go out of your comfort zone, learn skills that you have no idea about, get upskilled, ask for partnerships, ask for help, you're going to be stuck in that wheelhouse delivering for your small client base and drawing a better wage than what would you do working. Which if that's what you want, that's all well and good. We're talking about business owners that actually want to grow and be excellent. They want to be number one. That's who we're talking about here. So if that's not you, that's all good. No worries. But if you're worried about being number one, don't get caught up thinking, but they should want to work with me. I'm the best. It's like, you need to prove yourself. I literally had this quote that caught so many of our clients off guard because they're like, oh, I have this dream client and I want to target this particular person.
Revenue value.
What's my ROI and you know, the conversion on the percentage services. Anyway, long story short, I said, if you want to work with your dream client, are you their dream advisor?
Ouch.
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 Because most of the time it's a no.
It's a big fat no.
It's a no.
It's a straight
you
no.
look
Terrible.
like you just started your business. Okay, you could be 10 years in. You don't even have a Google profile at this point. You've got one review from your mum. Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
But you want to charge $60K.
Yeah.
You're not worth that.
You're not worth that.
In perceived value, obviously you're doing a great job. Hopefully. But if you're not perceived to be legitimate, if you're not perceived to be this powerhouse of a firm owner that you are, how can you possibly expect the consumer to get on board? They don't know you. They don't like you. They are with somebody else. You're too risky. Do you look risky or do you look legitimate, like you're delivering real value? Are you their dream advisor? Are you their dream product? Are you their dream service? Like,
And beyond that.
and beyond.
And even better than that.
That's where so many clients and so many firms get stuck. It's like they get a little bit offended that my lead's not banging down my door. Like, they've only given me an email address and a mobile number and they've filled out my contact form. Guys, that's so much. They've literally put their personal information on the line. Like, you can see that as insignificant or you can see that as an opportunity. It's completely up to you. And the way you perceive it will determine how far you go in business.
Yeah, and it's getting harder to convert people. Like, people are more onto advertising. Like, I think if you've only got to just be a normal consumer of social media and work out how many ads you're seeing every time you're scrolling, every second post, every second on the For You page, every second on when you're scrolling your friend's stuff is literally an ad. So people are actually desensitizing to ads. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's getting harder and harder and harder to convert. So if you think that just because you get an email address and a name and they didn't respond to your one email, they didn't answer your one call and that's it and it's not a great quality lead, it's like you will literally be left behind because that person will be going to someone else.
I have a funny story
Can't wait to hear it.
exactly about this. I had a client that it took us 24 months, 2 years to convert. 2 years of email marketing. I knew it because I was like, wow, this firm feels so familiar. And I look back in our CRM. Hope you have one. Look back in the CRM. I'm like, I've sent them an audit report. I've sent them a personalized plan for their social media. I've sent them the digital asset framework. I've sent them, client case studies. And I was like, they've opened it. They've done this. But we're talking
2 years, yeah.
Right? And then I had this lady tell me after working with them and whatnot, but again, expectations are huge here. And how offended you get to the market feedback is huge. Just started, probably first or second ad, and it was like, they did extremely well, like extremely well. Come forward, here's the leads. They're not good quality leads. Okay, what do you mean by that? Like, have you had any conversations? Yeah, I've had conversations. They're probably this category and that kind of thing. She's like, I just don't understand why they're not signing. I was like, so you've got their email address, you've got their mobile, you're having conversations, you're telling me they're in the right business structure, they're about to meet the revenue criteria that you want to hit.
Not far off.
Not far off. So you could nurture them and grow them if you were good accountant. You could do that. You could shape them into becoming your dream.
Yeah.
But because they're not signing at your full dream client package, it's a quality problem.
Quality problem, yeah.
It's a quality problem. So then I said, okay, let's talk about your own consumer behavior. If I put out one ad and I sent one email and made one call, would you convert? Absolutely, I would. I would convert. I was like, sister, it's taken me 2 years
to get you.
That's not how consumer behavior works. That is not the right mindset. Like, if you're honest with yourself, think of your consumer behavior. And if you're not aware, you need to be. Get a reality check. You're not seeing one ad, going to a business that has 3 posts on social media and 1 Google review from your mum and being like, take my money.
Take my money.
Take my money. It's too risky. Like, we're talking like you're scrolling the feed and you're talking milliseconds of subconscious judgment. Ad, not an ad. Oh, my friend did the ad, not an ad. Like, you're tapping into psychological behavior here.
And to get someone to actually give you their contact details is like
huge.
A beautiful thing, that if you can get your business to be able to do that.
It is. That is risky in itself, that you've given them nothing. All right? They've come from an ad. They're curious. They're checking you out. They're bouncing from the website. They're bouncing on your socials. Maybe they're looking at your reviews. Think of your own consumer behavior. Think of that lounge that you want to buy. Think of that trip that you want to go on. Like you're not making decisions, especially if you're in financial services. Like we're in high ticket sales. We're not selling like $100 tax return. You want that ongoing retainer through
5,000 a year,
Ignition.
10,000
Like,
a year.
yeah, you want that advisory package where you're doing tax planning, you're doing all of their payroll, IAS, BAS statements, and then you're also clipping on, perhaps an ongoing administration fee, like doing a sales strategy or, checking on their margins or pricing or that kind of thing, like being proactive in the space. We're talking like 30, 40, up to 100K per business owner.
Leads me to my next point.
Yeah.
Not looking at LVR in advertising.
Hate it. I hate this.
LVR, for those that don't understand, is lifetime value of the customer. So lifetime value. So for an example, if you're a service-based business, most of the time you've got a client that's continually using you over a period of time, over a lifespan. Now, if you're delivering a good service, especially in service-based business, most of the time they're coming back, whether it's not regularly or it's further down the track. So you've got a lifespan. So say, for an example, you've been established for a long time. It could be 15 years. What is the lifespan? Like, what is the average lifespan in years on how long someone stays with you, or months, depending upon your model?
Yeah.
And then how much do they spend with you? And to be honest with you, the thing that inspired us the most with this was McDonald's.
Yes.
They would spend, I think it was like $80 to acquire a client.
Yeah.
And a hamburger's, I think, $4 or $5.
Think about that for a minute. 80 to 5. On the surface, on paper, you're like, oh, that's a terrible loss. What a failure. What a failure of marketing. What a waste of ad spend. $80.
But they knew, and I don't know the facts. We could put it up on the screen. But the facts is like the average lifetime spend of a client was like $5,000 or $8,000.
Minimum.
So when they spend $80 to acquire a $5,000 client, it's like the ROI on that ad spend is just absolutely insane. But if you look at it from a product standpoint, how much my product is versus how much I spent on advertising,
you're always going to cut that.
Yeah.
You're going to stop that ad.
Yeah, you're going to stop that. And I think the good thing with advertising, with Meta and with all that kind of stuff is you can spend $200 to $300 a month and you can be in front of 20,000 eyeballs on your account every single month, and you can be retargeting them. You can be doing all kinds of little funky things that Meta allows us to do because everyone has data points on their head. Everyone's tracked. All of our behaviors are tracked. And for like as the little money as a small business owner, as a person trying to get out there and grow, you can be guaranteed eyeballs. Eyeballs. Controlled traffic. You're not organic traffic at this point. It's controlled. You're actually paying for it.
Yeah.
And you can be getting guaranteed in front of people. And the question therefore becomes is my offer, is my perception, is my trust,
your brand,
how's my Google profile, how's all of these pieces of my digital infrastructure strong enough to convert that person? Secondly, it's also being like, well, this is my first touch point with this person.
Relax.
It's like going to a party and like going there and talking about yourself 24/7. People get sick of you very quick.
Yeah.
But if you go to a party and like, hey, look, what do you do? Just curious. What do you do? Oh, I'm a doctor. And like, oh, what do you do? You're like, oh, I'm an accountant, or I'm a plumber, or whatever it is for you, or I have an NDIS business, whatever it is for you. I do this. And interesting. What do you do? How does that work? We help people with disability live a more carefree life, and they can they get personalized care. Oh, wow, that's interesting. My stepson is this, or my grandson, or blah, blah. Oh, really? Oh, and it's like you're hardest to help. And that's how you got to see marketing is like your job is to inquire clients, get their attention, get them away for long enough to let them look at your stuff and browse your stuff, and then they leave. They don't follow you, they don't do anything. And that's okay. Because next month, next week, next day, you got new stuff going out and you're hitting them again. Following week, unfortunately, you're repeating the process. The process never stops. You don't go to the gym and go for 1 week and expect to look amazing. The moment you don't go, you lose it very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's the same process with marketing. Marketing has to be sustainable, and it has to be done in a way that you have the cheapest, most controlled traffic and the most controlled touch points with that dream client, so you can actually get their attention and stamp your impression. That's why it's called impression on social media. Stamp your impression on them. And they could take, for us, like we have clients sign with us after 2 years.
Yeah. That's okay. That's actually, we've done analysis on our own scorecard tracking method in terms of internal and external factors, and that's very normal for a marketing agency.
But we know how much they spend with us, and it's a lot of money. And we're happy to wait the 2 years while we're nurturing the new person, and it all catches up. At some point in time, if you're consistent enough and you do your bare minimum, which you're always trying to do in marketing, you're always trying to do the bare minimum for maximum gains. We're not a multi-corporate national with different departments. Like we're like a small to medium business. Like that's where we want to sit. That's where we want to be. We don't want to be this crazy person out there. We want to have
budgets,
lifestyle freedom and all that kind of stuff. So you're always trying to do the bare minimum. How do I invest the least amount of time for the maximum gain? And for us, we could take 2 years to convert a client. We could always work on that. It's a great thing to work on.
Which we'll talk about like where you sit, because it'll be helpful to service-based business owners, like in terms of what is normal, what are the time frames and that kind of thing. Because the scorecard is amazing to pinpoint and actually set expectations as to, okay, nurture is the word. It's literally like if you talk about the party example, are we asking for you're kneeling and you're giving an engagement ring and be like, marry me today. I like you.
Yeah.
You like me. Marry me.
That's what you did to me.
Commit.
No.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
It worked. You're a marketer.
Yes, I got into your psychometric components. Anyway, are you asking them for sale point blank, cold, really disconnected, not relatable? Like, keep doing that. You'll find out very quickly you're not going to get very far. Or are you nurturing, and how long does that nurture process go for? What are expectations? And if you want to put them in the comments, we can help you kind of pinpoint that. That is key. What is the journey there, and how can we actually have micro touch points, consistent touch points, so that it's no longer, who's this random? Or I think I saw that account too. That's Dan. I know what he sounds like. I know what he looks like. I know his thoughts. I feel close to you. I feel like we're already friends. Like you want them coming into your sales call and being like, Dan,
I saw that thing you did.
That was amazing. You changed my life. Like even that just one phrase of what you said, like changed my thinking. Like that's the connection. You can work with that.
Yeah.
The relatability.
And it's crazy now. Like you're seeing all these kinds of weird businesses that you'd least expect on social media, like doing point of views and showing their expertise and showing their value and doing bite-sized bits of information. Like you could be a plumber, for an example.
Yeah.
Like let's just use a plumber. It's like, what would they post about? Or what would their advertising be? It's like, well, if that plumber could give away some free value that could save me as a consumer 5 years from needing a plumber, or 3 years from needing a plumber, and it's like, wow, I never knew I could do that to my taps, or put this valve in my tap and all of a sudden you don't get this leak. It's like a simple little hack, but it's like when I think plumbing and I now have a breakage further down my thing, or Sally down the road, my best friend, has an issue with her house, and I can be like, well, I saw this advertising the other day. This guy gave me this hack on how to fix my tap. You should reach out to him. He seems really genuine and sincere.
Let me send you the feed.
That at scale, you're then controlling who you work with, who you want to work with, and you're attracting the right people and the people that want to be with you. And that is like what a lot of business owners miss, is they literally don't know who they work with. They can't describe their behaviors. They've got all these different variety of people. They don't know their lifetime value. They don't know anything about the people. And that is like a massive, massive issue in business, is being able to identify. And the older we get, we're still not 20 years into business, like we're 5 years into business, double time, 2 people working hard on our stuff, over 5 years now, but we're still trying to really profile that person that we want to work with. Because when you get a bad client and you're trying to overwork for them, and it's like mentors have said to you before, if you're working harder than your clients,
something's wrong.
And you're always trying to profile that person and attract that person, because you track like-minded people We want to attract driven people. We want to attract business owners that want to be the best, that want to upskill, want to take it to the next level, that value the longevity of business and to value the lifestyle that business can create. And that's who we want to attract. And we're constantly refining that in our message and refining that in our content. And how do we find new ways to be more creative in different ways? And that's what we do as business owners on a consistent basis.
And I think it really goes to nurture is about de-risking the process. De-risking. We're scaling back that limiting belief, those risks, perceived risks, because a decision as a business owner, if you're targeting business owners, like it can cost you your business. Like a bad partnership can really hurt. It can set you back months. Like even with the plumbing or even our roofer, for example, like think about the process that you went. He actually is so cool, Hunter. He would film with his AI glasses, Meta glasses. And, that's exactly what you did. You didn't have a connection. No one referred him to you, but you
got advertised too.
Got an ad, went on the profile. You got ads from multiple places.
Yeah.
Website profile.
Google reviews,
but you also looked at the socials and it was like before and after. Really simple. Before and after. Terrible roof, great roof. Terrible roof, great roof.
400 followers.
400 followers. And it's like, good enough for me. Let's get the guy out. And personality matched what we saw on Instagram. So
he turned up.
He did. Number one.
And
deliver.
Provided fair pricing.
And it's de-risking. It's like it's risky because I'm going to get somebody that's going to overcharge me. I'm going to have to deal with an uncomfortable conversation and negotiate with them.
Pay and get scammed.
I'm going to have to pay and get scammed, which has happened to us before. And it's nothing personal. It's consumer behavior. They have a right to have their guard up. There are terrible businesses out there. Okay. So de-risking, that is what you're doing when you're nurturing, because it's not painter, it's not roofer, it's Hunter, it's Daniel, it's Samantha, it's Catalina, it's Kat. It's not even Catalina, it's Kat. Like we're friends. Like that you're all good here. You're safe here. You're going to learn something. You're going to get value out of this. We're going to shortcut this for you. And you know what? That's another thing I hate is on the topic of hating things. Business owners who are like, I'm networking and I've got to go to this event and I've got to go to that event, and cool, fair enough. But there is no cheaper way to advertise than social media. There is no time in history that it is better to be a business owner, because the amount of people you can reach is phenomenal for the money. I'm an accountant. I've done plenty of networking. Plenty. That's what you're conditioned into. That's what university tells you to do. That's what you do when you go to all of these CA expos, when you go to XYZ. Like you have to, it's basically like, who's who on LinkedIn? Who's who on the zoo? And how many connections do you have? And I think everyone knows you have a facade up. Everyone's trying to sell to everyone. And it's really like, if you think about it, it's pretty yuck. It's not genuine. No one's really there to help each other. It's like, what is in it for me kind of thing. So that's why, I don't know, to be quite upfront and honest, BMI and all of those things, no, it's a no for me. It's like, no, it's a no. Like you're there for yourself and you've got to create so many connections and meet your criteria. It's like, goodness me. That's why Instagram is so amazing. Everyone's got their guard down. They're there for a dopamine hit, to be honest. Again, in terms of psychology of what's going on, they're there for an update on their life and friends, and they're there to be exposed to creativity and endorphins. That's where we can come in as business owners. 50,000 data points we're not talking you need to be on TV with a massive marketing budget. We're talking $100, $200 in ad spend can reach you 10 to 20,000 people every month.
It's
insane. So go network your little heart out. But the reality is you're going to reach maybe 10 people if you're working really hard. You're going to be exhausted. You're not going to be able to go back home to your family and have beautiful conversations and things like that. You're going to have to get up the next day and do delivery because you've missed all those emails that you You didn't get to because you were networking. So now you're behind. But your ads and your social media and your digital assets that you're investing in, that's working for you 24/7, whether you're
24/7.
sick, whether you're in the country or not. Like, it is insane, the power of that. I just don't understand how anyone can equate networking and not, I mean, do both. But at the same time, like, we want a life. As well as business owners. We need a life. You deserve a life. So I guess, like, if we dial it all the way back to the beginning, like, if we had to start from zero with all the realizations, with all the firms and business owners we've actually dealt with and scaled, how would we start?
I think what Hormozi always says, and we do have to give a lot of credit to that guy for giving away so much free content. You can binge on his content and he will get you. Like, we have not had to pay. Like, I'm still learning stuff from him every single month that he posts. But he always says, find 5 people and work for free.
If you're starting from zero.
Find 5 people, work for free. Give them a period of time. Say, I'm going to offer this X for free over this period of time. Whether you're a marketing agency, offer free website builds, get the results. Whether you're a plumber, do a plumbing. Whether you're an accountant, start some free tax returns or free advisory work, whatever it is you want to do, or an NDIS, offer your free service. And then what you do once the period ends is you say, in exchange for a testimonial. Now, you get their genuine experience, and you're going to find out quite quickly whether you have what it takes to deliver a service. Your business can be as messy as you want at that point, because it's just you delivering the service. Once you get those 5 or 10 or whatever it is, depending upon your scale of your service, you would then take that information and you would start to use those testimonials as advertising on your website. Everything is about advertising those testimonials. And then you would hope that then those people would then recommend you to the next 5 people. And then you start offering at a price point that you get yeses all the time. You want to be running it cheaper. You don't want to be your highest paid that you're ever going to be, because you're not the best you're ever going to be.
No, you're not your dream
You're a
business
mess.
owner.
You're a mess.
You're figuring things out.
So if you've only got 10% margins in it at the beginning, 15%, it's completely fine.
Yeah.
And then what you do once you continually keep scaling up that process, and of course you're going to be not sleeping at night and stressed and worried and blah, blah, blah. It's all part of the journey. It's very normal. And then when you get to the next level, you go up 5-10% in price increase, and you keep jacking the prices up every 5 signings, every 6 signings, depending on your service value. Obviously, if you're more expensive service based, you've got to be a bit more cautious. If you're cheaper product, you also have to be cautious because it's a cheaper product. So you'd want to test a bit more volume through. Different depending on the model. And then you would continue to keep growing the price point up until you get no's. And you have to have the cash flow behind you and the revenue behind you to get no's. So then you can go through this ironing process. One of the businesses we've been working with at the moment, well, we're in at the moment, is we went to a price point where we got all no's. And we started with no's. Because we were able to, that's where we were at. And then we've slowly scaled it back and refined the offer to this month. This last 5 weeks, we have had insane record month. We can't even service the volume of people. So we're like, now we're too cheap. So now but we still have 35% margins in it, roughly. So now we can start looking at taking it to the next step. And what is that next step in price?
There's a few things there. There's the element of document, don't create. Like, we're not doing anything outside of what you are. Be who you are, deliver what you are. Because if you're doing all these extra podcasts and you're trying to create this facade of, it's not going to last. You're going to get sick of it and you're not going to have that continuity. So I guess document that journey, get those testimonials, realize that every client conversation is an opportunity to listen to the limiting beliefs, the marketing terminology, the language, what they use day to day, what are
their actual problems,
their goals, like what's
their
front
desire.
of mind, like what an opportunity to actually sit down with somebody that you want to work with in the long term and pick their brain. Don't look at it as it's a client meeting. Look at it's a marketing opportunity, right? It's research and development. You're figuring things out. It's okay. And adapt to that feedback. Then in addition, it's the concept of gatekeeping. So many business owners get tripped up on this. Oh, but if I give it away for free, they won't need me, right? That's what we think. We want them to buy our service. We want them to buy our thing. But if you, again, nurture means de-risking, mitigating that risk. And mitigating that risk means they're always going to have to come back to implementation.
Implementation, yeah.
Implementation. You know, as a business owner, how many things, how many hats, how many things you're doing, trying to balance family. Like, no one can do it all, right?
And that's why we do this, right? Is because we want people, like we would love to work with everyone we can, but there are people out there that can do what we do to their own right.
If you got the infrastructure, the facilities, the staff members, go and do it, right? Yeah. But if you're on your own and a partnership will actually help you scale faster, do that. And but you will never get to that resolve if you as a service provider don't give value. Because we're not dealing with, it's, the only marketing agency next door is Cat and Dan, Digital Growth Partners. It's like we're competing in a very polluted space. There are every day there's a new chick or every day there's a new agency and you're like, offshore, like AI, like it's too much. But if you give away free value, you give away trust and credibility.
And people fall in love with you.
And they don't want to do it.
Offer.
Mechanism, implementation, like it's a means to an end, right? A service is something that somebody has to execute and do. It's just at what point in that in that window of nurturing.
Yeah, in nurturing.
Yeah. Are they going to convert and say, I actually have better things to do than do my digital infrastructure? And there will come a time, yourself as a business owner, you've had to outsource. You've had to partner with other people. Like, you can't do it all, and it's okay. We're not talking about needing hundreds of thousands of people through your books. It's cool. It's like, give away the free value. It's okay. They need to implement it at the end of the day, and they're not going to. They're never going to. They'd rather be at their child's ballet lesson. So, yeah, I think they're kind of the key components there. It's really don't get caught up in comparing yourself. Don't get caught up in gatekeeping. Don't get caught up in approaching things like networking because you've always done it that way or you've been told it's done that way. Society's changed. Digital has dominated and it's not negotiable anymore. So, again, get on board or your competitors will. They're already doing it.